How's it going, guys? Houndish here, and weekly reset is upon us for Destiny 2. So, as we wait for Shadowkeep, this week Triple Infamy does return to Gambit. Reset today for the 10th of September also marks the final week of Moments of Triumph for 2019, so we'll touch on that, as well as our activities, rewards, and vendors for this week outside of the game. We'll also get a couple of news updates for Year 3. So let's get into the video. Initially, if you're after more Shadowkeep in Year 3 news this week, we should firstly be seeing a new trailer at Tokyo Game Show, so Destiny 2 Shadowkeep has a listing on the opening Sony stage for this Thursday, so look out for coverage of that on the channel. But DMG also suggested that we get a little bit more information on weapon sandbox changes in this week at Bungie as well, so I'll keep you informed with all the news on Thursday. But moving into the game, Moments of Triumph is ending next Tuesday at Weekly Reset, so heads up, if you want to finish any related Moments of Triumph stuff, it will need to be done before the end of this week in D2. On the Director, all of our challenges have refreshed, and for this week's Flashpoint we'll be going over to Nessus. Of course, we've just landed in right here, but you'll be able to get powerful gear, and there'll be heroic adventures that'll drop more powerful gear. Werner's inventory, as always, has refreshed, so we've got the buffs, as well as the bounties, and we've got Imperial Bestiary, Trial by Wits to complete Gambit daily bounties, the Imperial Salute to defeat enemies with class abilities, and Spoils of War to collect lost treasures by defeating enemy combatants anywhere in the system. Then we do have the raid gear inventory right here, so of course, as always, different armor pieces from the Year 1 Leviathan raids, but for Werner's weapon, we do have Inaugural Address, still a pretty awesome weapon if you've never used it, definitely worth picking up. But Benedict in the Tower Annex does of course have a variation on that raid inventory, and for the weapon, he does have Alone as a God, which is an absolute beast as well. Of course though, you do need to complete the raid and use tokens to purchase them inside of this reset. Then for our Menagerie modifiers, we do have Solar Singe, Grounded, and Brawler inside of the normal version, but for Heroic we've got Extinguish, Match Game, Attrition, and Arc Singe up this week. Of course, bonus rewards are added every Friday now until the end of the season, so after this Friday, we should get an additional 2 random drops for every clear in Menagerie, but for the rest of this week before Friday, we're going to get 1 bonus reward. For Gambit and Gambit Prime, we do have an Infamy boost active all week long, so if you want to get resets or any of that stuff, remember, the Gambit Bounty XP is also boosted for the entire week. For Reckoning right now, we've got Void Singe, and then we've got Prism, and Brawler. Of course, folks will be farming this for many of the weapons now that the loot drop rates have been increased, so of course one of the weapons that you have a better chance to get into Tier 3 this week will be the Spare Rations, and it's definitely one of the most popular weapons that you can pick up. Obviously these activities aren't going anywhere, so you'll still be able to continue to farm these weapons, and the loot isn't going to be unbuffed or anything like that, but of course it's always helpful to get these kind of previous seasonal items before we get another major content drop. For this week's Nightfalls though, we've got a Garden World, and the Nightfall exclusive is the Universal Wave function. We also have Inside Terminus, and from that you can get the Long Goodbye Sniper. And finally the Inverted Spire, where you can get the Trichromatica Ghost Shell. For Heroic Strikes though, modifiers today are Solar Singe, and then we've got Grounded and Brawler. We do have a September Bungie bounty today, so head of Xbox Phil Spencer and Bungie CEO Pete Parsons will be in the strike playlist on Xbox today from 3 until 5 PM PDT, and that'll be starting at 11 PM in the UK, but if you get matched with them, then you'll be awarded the Year 3 Bungie bounty emblem. They're also streaming on Mixer, so I'll link details for that down below if you want to catch it. But if you're jumping into the Crucible, Doubles is going to be the featured playlist this week, and then of course you can get powerful gear in the other game modes as well. From Hawthorne though, the weekly challenges for the raids are With Both Hands, and that's for Crown of Sorrow, To Each Their Own, which is for the Scourge of the Past, and then we've got Forever Fight for the Last Wish. According to Destiny Item Manager, the wanted bounty for the Spider is the wanted Gravetide Summoner, so you'll be headed to Titan if you want to complete that one this week. I'm going to give that weekly reminder, man. Make sure to pick up Banshee's bounties and get all those materials and good stuff if you are still playing the game. But then we have the Eververse inventory for the week. As always on the front page, we've got stuff that you can buy for silver. There is a featured Bright Dust section, so we've got a couple of exotics right here, the Concentric Dawn Sparrow, and also the Arc Shell from this season is available for Bright Dust, so yeah, fancy picking those up, you can. But then jumping down to the main Bright Dust section, we do have the Mirror Mirror emote right there, so quick preview if you haven't seen that one from Season of Opulence. We've also got the Transpose JT24X, which is a Season of Opulence ship. Very curious looking stuff right there. I'm seeing the Intrepid Inquiry Hood for the Warlock, but I'm on my Titan. We've got the Ultraviolet ornament for the Borealis, the Defenseless to be Armed, which is the ornament for Callus Minitool, Queen of Hearts as well, which was the Forsaken exclusive Cade ship, I believe it was. You can also get the Crown of Sorrow projection right there, And then of course there are other shaders, transmat effects, and all that kind of stuff. Now that we get to the escalation protocol for this week, if you're hunting anything down, Nurabath, the Crest of Zol, is going to be the boss, and so the Ikelos shotgun is available as a random drop when you take the boss down. In the Dreaming City, we are on week 2 of the curse though, and we've got the Samara Garrison as the Ascendant challenge, of course accessed via the Chamber of Starlight. As always, the location for that challenge, the Corrupted Eggs, and the Lore Collectibles gameplay will run at the end of the video if you want to use it for reference. Otherwise, that is everything we've got to talk about for Weekly Reset today, but if you're new to the channel, get subscribed, and I'll be keeping you posted on all of the news and updates that we get later on this week. For now though, let us know if you're jumping into the game, finishing anything up, or if you're playing any other games this week. I'm sure a few folks will be putting some time into Borderlands before Shadowkeep drops, but there's plenty of other stuff in September, so let us know what you're up to in the comment section. But if you've enjoyed the video, a rating really helps me out on the channel, guys. Thank you as always for tuning in, but for now, whatever you get up to, I hope you have an awesome day.